Microphone is on.
It says mute here.
No, that's fine. If it's blinking, it's mute.
Oh.
All right, and I'm fading in. Hello.
Hello, Crusaders.
Hey.
Welcome to our second live stream. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Katie, your community manager, and with me we have
Booman, QA manager, formerly community manager.
And Patrick Baltazar, still the lead program.
and we have Miguel joining us too.
He's coming right now.
Come on in.
Come on. Here we go.
Hi guys, how are you? Nice to see you all.
Alright, the microphone is on. Can you turn down the
It's on mute.
sound?
It's on mute.
Okay.
Why is it?
Good.
I had it on
We're good?
silent.
We're good to go.
Okay.
Did I drink
This
your
is
beer?
my drink,
This
yes,
is- oh,
this is-
sorry, I drank in your beer.
It's okay. I'll drink some of yours later.
I'm not used to have beer at the...
We just have to make sure we don't put it near the microphone, Miguel, so that we don't clink,
Yeah.
clink every time. But
Sure.
he's got the hat on. Look at that.
Nice.
Does it
Looks good.
fit me well? Yeah.
Do you guys think
Oh, they
that
wanted
looks good
Katie
on-
to wear.
Oh, they want Katie to wear it.
They do?
All
Okay.
right.
No, now they want me. Okay, everyone will wear it.
Just for you guys.
Superb. So, you're the host?
Human and I are
Human's-
both hosting
okay.
today.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so we have a question from Sock Monkey. He wants to know how your vacation was.
Oh, fantastic.
Did you rest?
I mean, I was supposed to take 2 weeks, so I only took 1 week for you guys, and yeah, Quebec is quite a big province, so I spent a lot of my time driving and went to see family and went camping, so it was a great time. I'm gonna take some more, and probably in August after some of the things that we're gonna announce to you to all of you guys today are done. Then I'll take probably another week.
Awesome. All right.
So I got a few
else
more
we got?
hard-hitting questions for you,
Sure.
Miguel. I hope you're ready for them.
Yeah.
Joram asks.
It's the beauty that I love about Uman about. Oops. Even the beer is getting excited. Yeah.
Oh.
The thing that I like the most about our be true, be fair, be transparent philosophy is the fact that answering questions makes it very easy because I don't need to think about consequences or this or what did I say before, what was my lie before that I need to say something in line with the lie that I said. I just answer the same way I would answer an employee that would answer ask me the same question. So
That's philosophy. So Joram asks, stretch goals, are they still a thing? If they are in the plans, can we have any choice on which stretch goals orders are?
So the thing is, for all the fans, right now the crowdfunding has been around for like 3-4 years, like in the mainstream, but pre-order has been there for a long time already. And then when crowdfunding appeared, then pre-order started getting earlier in the process before, or I say late, before the game would launch. You know, later, more late.
More time between
The launch and
the pre-order.
the pre-order. And a lot of people started having different opinion about what is a pre-order versus crowdfunding. And then even some countries like Canada have put rules and guidelines for crowdfunding versus for pre-order, which are different.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I tend to be to not follow natural guidelines about nomenclature or thing like that. Or my vision of what the difference is that pre-order is something that you can make a correlation of what you pay in relation to video games, to what you're getting. So as an example, buying some of the package that you see in some of other games, like $20,000 or $5,000, this type of thing, or some package you have like $5, shut up and take my money, and then you get a thank you from Miguel. That's it. These are pure crowdfunding because a video game costs $60. In general, like if you play a free-to-play game over a year, and then you really like it, you're probably going to spend about $60. So anything.
For 1 second.
Huh?
They were just saying the video is really choppy.
Ah, okay.
The audio is perfect, but the video is choppy.
There is not much I can do from here right now. Like we can look at it after the stream for the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna release, of course, the video from this stream anyway, so it will be
It'll
less
be on
choppy
YouTube
after.
Okay. Is it choppy for everybody?
It looks like it.
Everybody? Is there one that can write to you if it's not choppy for him?
I can't
Video
even,
is fine for me.
Massively
From,
choppy.
okay.
I can't even get the video on
A
my
couple
app.
people say it's okay, some say it's choppy. So.
Okay, so we'll look at it. So what I was saying is that anything that you cannot make a correlation between the value versus what you would normally pay to be entertained, for me that's crowdfunding. If you can make a correlation, then it's pre-order, you know. So that's really the view. Now we don't want to go into crowdfunding. What we want is that every single piece of items that we put in the store or packages, and every dollar that you provide to us, there's value to it. It's a well perceived value, and it's not something that is just to encourage us or to make us happy or to, you know. So it's the same reason why that the designer didn't want to just give you cosmetic. They started saying, okay, we'll do a little bit more. We'll do side grades, you know. We'll do a little bit more just to provide more value and give you a different toolbox of I don't want to say weapon, but like of heroes, of weapons, of armors that you can actually use in the game. Now, stretch goal is a pure crowdfunding thing. So in order for me to do stretch goal, we will need to advertise our revenue, which you do in crowdfunding, but not in pre-order. So I'm trying to think right now with the designer, we're trying to think of a metric that we could use to get stretch goal without being just the sales number, you know. So
you're doing like an adapted version.
An adapted
of the stretch
version,
goal
yeah.
Without the crowdfunding
exactly,
aspect.
without the crowdfunding, exactly.
We have internal milestones that we're gonna get those features in if we can reach that with funding, but without the traditional crowdsource.
Exactly,
methods.
exactly.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're doing, and we're doing that not only for the actual total game, but we're doing it even within the guild. As an example, like the larger the guild could get, some of the perks that it could get, or we're gonna have a lot of these kind of mechanic. But again, it has to be linked with real value. The purpose of the monetization is always that we want you to want to spend the money, not be forced to spend the money. And
Or to get that edge.
Exactly, and we want no buying remorse whatsoever. So that's really it's a long answer, but
It is.
no, but
it's
it
a good
was
answer.
important for me
It's a good answer, for
to
sure.
define the difference between pre-order and crowdfunding, because crowdfunding is begging, pre-order is providing value.
Mm.
Begging is maybe it's pejorative. I didn't mean that in a negative way, but it's please help me. You know, that's
Yeah.
crowdfunding. Pre-order is like, here's what I have for you. You like it. You know?
If you like it, show us with your wallet.
Exactly.
That's cool. Kind of tying into the same situation about monetization, Caldor Drago asks, people are worried that this game is going down the same path as Star Citizen and monetizing too much stuff long before launch. What are your thoughts on this? You're a little bit biased because you are working on both projects, so it's kind of a tough question for you. I get that.
How many are we?
around 600 at the
600.
moment.
Everybody here on the chat, do you all know that that's our other project that we're doing, Star Citizen? Actually, too bad. I'll have some surprise for you from Chris Roberts as well. He was here last week during the stream, but the team here didn't know that Chris was here playing our game. And he actually really enjoyed it, and we took some pictures, so you should expect that soon. So yeah, Star Citizen is our other project, and it's completely different. I knew that you're gonna ask me that second question, so that's why my first question.
It stood out when I was reading
Exactly.
the list. I was like, okay,
so
that's got
Star
it.
Citizen is crowdfunding, Eternal Crusade is pre-order. So Star Citizen is different. Chris Roberts wanted to break paradigm in the industry. You know, he had a very strong experience, strong negative experience with in the 80s and the 90s when Winkler was bought and rebought and rebought and things like that, and where you had big publisher controlling, trying to control everything, and that really upset him. So he decided to say, you know what, the fans are the boss. Let's do it for the fan. And he went into a pure crowdfunding approach, which ended up being the most successful crowdfunding project in the history of man.
Yeah.
So, but that's pure crowdfunding where he asked players their help,
Mm-hmm.
It's like he wanted to say back in the time when we started the Kickstarter, the industry was saying that PC's gaming is dead,
So not true.
I know. When I joined Beaver a year and a half ago, I read an article saying consoles are dead as well. And since then we had no. To answer the question, it will not be. It's not the same model as Star Citizen. Star Citizen model is not bad. People keep giving the money. You know, so they agree. It's different because people that give the money, they don't give the money with the idea of a correlation between what they give and what they're going to get in the game. They don't have that. They say, you know what, let's break paradigm, we're going to help you out. That's what the fans are telling to Chris Roberts. So no, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be quite different. And you'll see how in some of the next question that you're going to ask me.
Do you have time for one more?
I
got one really good question.
Do another one.
That I've actually been wondering about too, and I've had people in the company come and ask me about this. So Rusty Rake asks, can we expect the prices in the Founders Store, the limited edition weapons, and Rogue Trader to go down?
Okay, so that's the part.
You made an amazing post, by the way, in the forums to address that topic.
Thank you.
A couple weeks ago for your vacation. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, check his post. It's two posts, long, detailed, everything you need. I read it and I felt comfortable. I felt at peace. So
good.
Definitely good job.
That's the part that I set up how cool it is to be transparent. Now that's the part that it's not so cool to be transparent because I kind of made a mistake. So, so what happened is when we were in a very tight schedule to do the store, and what I worked with marketing. Well, with myself. No, I work with the team on identifying a pricing for exclusive, limited quantity, limited time items, because Games Workshop allowed us to use heretic items. Okay, the rule that Games Workshop asked us to follow is that no more than 5% of the total population of the game has the right to own any one of these items. The lower items. So, well, now it's hard to, at the beginning in pre-order, it's hard to gauge. That's why we put 2,500 just to see. Obviously, the Rogue Trader ship can come back, later on. Can restock Absolutely. And come back later on to make sure that we always stays in that 5% limit. And then what happened is that we defined the price of $35 as a good price for an item. Compared to a lot of the other games, an item that is exclusive and limited quantity, limited time. But then with the designers and with art and with the rest, we kind of forgot to sync. And I didn't know what item would be in the heretic. And when we just launched everything, and I saw the comments of the fan, and I saw that for the Bolter, that the price was $35. I didn't even check. I didn't take the time to check 35 for a bolter. Is it? No. It's because what we need to check now is the scale, because the bolter is probably there's probably one or two categories of items that you guys will perceive as less valuable than a bolter. Most of the other items are perceived as higher value than a bolter, like armor, and vehicles, pre-resi vehicles, pre-resi armor, and things like that. So having the bolter at $35. Screw up with the whole scale of pricing, Yeah. So right now what we're doing, we're working on the next batch of limited quantity, limited time items, and we're deciding, I think this afternoon, what will be the next batch of items that are the limited quantity, limited time, and based on this, we're going to compare value to have a scale that makes sense, So give us a few more weeks. Like 2-3 weeks, a maximum a month, and I'll be able to officially tell you, yes, the price will go down. Well, you'll notice it once we put the new pre-resi items, that you'll see it's a vehicle, but then you'll see the conversion on price, and obviously once we do that and we officialize that, yes, we are reducing the price, then of course people will get the credit for the people that bought. Then we'll get the credit. Of course, it's be fair, be true, be fair, be transparent. I'm gonna just look at really quickly because I know that, but it's okay. I mean, even if it's just time. So
we have about 2 more minutes before we need to switch to the next.
Do you want to maybe show something on the website for this?
No, it's okay. Okay, no NDAs whatsoever. Be transparent. So once we do the
Even for alpha?
huh?
Even for alpha?
For alpha, maybe. For alpha, maybe. Sorry, because I thought it was.
Right,
Yeah, it's
so
alpha.
it's-
Sorry, alpha. Yes, alpha is probably.
Just to give some context, guys, I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys are following other alpha games. I don't want to give a unnecessary shout out, but just to make an example.
But you know what? I'm not even sure.
Landmark, the game by SOE, they did a 2-week period where the NDA was still applicable for the alpha, just to smooth everything out, and then once they felt comfortable with the build, they lifted the NDA 2 weeks into alpha. So
I'm not.
that might be something we could consider. If
I'm
you feel
actually more
comfortable.
into. I mean, you're gonna see the game today. I mean, they've been saying the game all the time, and each time I go to an event and a fan comes to, and I have some free time, I have the fan play on the game. I don't need them to sign NDA, So the purpose is for them to talk about it, not to not talk about it. And but that's
Breaking norms in the industry.
exactly. But that's something I need to speak to Stephanie first. So we'll speak to Stephanie, and then Kathy, you can follow up. But I really don't think that there's a purpose. I mean, there's nothing that they don't know. So that's the thing, guys. Stop criticizing me for reading article and saying, well, it's all news. It's all news. I know it's all news. I tell you everything first, So stop criticizing my articles and my interviews.
Those are probably geared more towards fans who are new to the IP,
Exactly.
or new to the game. I get a lot of PMs regularly saying, so tell me about the game, because I didn't even know about this until last week. So
This is something
it's an
I knew
education
that
process.
would happen even before the fans started slapping me around for that. It's because the media was, the big media said, okay, Miguel, you need to tell us one exclusive information so that no one knows.
it's kind of tough, because
No one? So, and...
Okay, so we're going to switch things up a little bit now. Human and I are going to take over the Q&A for a little while.
Yeah, the rest is there. Oh, just the base upgrade and all this stuff. The answers is way too long. Brent will post something in the forum, and I'll post something as well regarding that question, because that question I received for many people, but it's going to take us 15 minutes to explain everything about that.
Perfect, yeah. So we'll link them all to that after.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Good.
Okay.
And then I guess now you want me to shut up?
Just
you can
for a
enjoy the
little
show, enjoy the
while.
beer. Listen to
Take
them.
just rest for a little
Okay.
bit. So the first question was sent in on the forums in the Founders Lounge from the Emperor. He wants to know, has Behavior thought about opening a virtual store to sell merchandise like t-shirts, key rings, figures, etc.? And I know we've definitely thought about it, and we are looking into it, and we will keep them updated. But we definitely want to offer something like that.
Definitively.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
It just takes a little time to get it all planned out. And
Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
we, as I said, it's no marketing firewall. There's actually no marketing. So you guys are doing our marketing. So everything that you see is done by us. So and we're making the game. So you have to be patient. So that's why we are very communicative with you, telling you what we want and what is going to be changing. But don't follow up on us every day about it. So, if we committed, it's going to be done. I have Guillaume that every time I do a post, he read my post and he put all the things that I said, that I committed to you guys, that said we're going to change, and he put that into our project management system, and then I see tasks done as they go.
Sounds good.
Just a short question, like, is it only my chat stopped, or did your chat stop?
I'm live chat.
Mine is still going.
Okay.
Can somebody type something for us? Yep, we're good.
You're good?
All
right.
Reload that.
So I have to answer a question that got a lot of attention. Last time we did a live stream, I popped in real quick to show my desire to have a Gorkanaut model that we got from our friends at Games Workshop, and so Sock Monkey, Caldor Drago, Hades, and a few others asked me, so did I get my new toy? Well, the long answer to that is no. Sitting right here behind me. I have a post-it on them saying on hold for Human, but because Mathieu Effecto is the gatekeeper of all of the merchandise, we need to go through a quick inventory to make sure that I'm not getting more than other people, so that it's fair, and that we also have one of the models left over for the 3D artists to use as a reference. So no, unfortunately, I do not have it yet, but I have it in spirit behind me right here. I'll even, just just for my own sanity and peace of mind, I'll just do this and I'll just hug this. So just so you guys know, it's right here.
He also wanted to know if I had to break up any fights over this. Not yet,
But it
I'm
might
ready. I've got the bolter pistol ready.
Boom.
People are getting in love with your voice, man. They're saying your voice is glorious and you should be a voice actor.
That was Steven actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stephen who?
but
Okay.
I've had some people make some comments to me about that on Skype when I talk with people in games. They're like, you have a really, really sultry, sexy voice. I'm like, okay, whoa, you need to calm down. Because this is getting a little bit too personal for...
With a sexy beard?
I tried. A week and a half, I tried.
Awesome. Okay, next question from
No.
two people.
There's a fan that says, sing us a song. No.
Who, me?
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
I actually, funny enough, I was singing Que Sera in the office yesterday out loud, and people were looking at me funny, and I was like, look, it's one of those days.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
By the way,
You saw that.
I
You
think
saw
that
that,
Steven's
Katie.
gonna
I
hate.
did.
Steven's gonna hate my
Rocking it out
guts.
together.
Steven's gonna hate my guts for this, but did you know that Stephen Lopkin has a bachelor degree in opera singing?
And you
But
used to
Wow.
perform as well,
He used
too,
to
right?
perform as well. in,
Maybe next week
yeah,
we'll have
maybe
to
next
get him
week you
back
guys
in
can,
here.
Do a Warhammer opera.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. And I'm sure you guys... Do you guys want to see Stephen Lumpkin
Singing
doing
opera.
a Warhammer 40k rock opera? Please go in the forums.
Tell him.
Show your interest. Make a post in the
Stephen,
off-topic
listening?
section.
He
He
is
probably is listening. I'm sorry, Stephen,
So sorry,
but if the
Stephen.
fans want it, the fans want it.
He said Silent Osiris is Steven, by the way. Silent Osiris.
I'm watching you. Nice. I'll drink to
He's
that.
very, very pissed.
So next week, opera. Add it to the schedule. Awesome.
Right there behind you. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
we'll add it to the board.
Good. Next subject.
Cool. Well, next question is from two of our fans, Hades and Bruva Alpha Busa. I hope I said that right. Both want to know if we figured out the details for the animation contest yet, and how regularly are we going to be arranging contests. So we're still working out all the details for the animation contest. We're super excited about the response that we got when we asked on the forums. And thank you to everybody who sent in feedback. And as far as how regularly,
Sorry.
that's
Put
okay.
that away, it's distracting.
I understand. How regularly, quite often. I love hosting contests. One of my favorite things. The team loves doing contests, so we'll be doing them all the time, and we have quite a few in the works.
Just so you know, the reason why it's taking a little bit more time for the animation is that the initial idea was to do to allow you to animate a little bit like you have in Star Citizen, the next best great starship or something like that, where they ask the fans to modelize a full 3D ship using Maya or 3D Studio Max or whatever, and the fans went crazy. They bought server farms and things like that. So that was the original idea. But then some of the teams said me, well, people are not don't have the tools and they're not, So then we had the idea to ask you guys to record you acting in execution. But then we changed our mind because we cannot ask you guys to imitate killing another person on camera.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work. So it's just something
wrong.
it's just wrong. So that's what we're analyzing. So maybe we'll ask you still to act on camera, but that's going to be more for emotes than execution. And then we're looking at packaging something for you for the hardcore one to actually see if you would be able to animate an execution with things. So that's something that we still need to some work. But meanwhile, Cathy and Guillaume are working on tons of other fantastic contests.
Yep. All right. What's
All right.
our next one?
So I just have a quick follow-up to that Gorkanaut question. Asurael asked, Human, if you get the Gorkanaut, who will be your first victim? Now, I answered this question in my mind instantly because I already know the answers. It's either Michael Chan, because me and him have a little bit of a long-standing rivalry since my amazing aerial kill, which is on the website. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's my crowning moment. I don't think I'm going to do that ever again, so I'm glad it was recorded. So it's either Michael Chan, Brent, or Mathieu Fecteau, because he's an orc player, so I figure what way to dethrone an orc than to bring him down with his own machinery.
You'll be able to do that soon, because the early game Artrax is coming soon.
But not with orcs, I don't believe.
Not with Orcs, but it's coming very
It's
soon.
coming
Yeah.
soon-ish. I don't think we have an idea when.
No. Did I just say something?
Give me that bolt. Give me that bolt pistol.
Guys.
Boom!
No, but,
Headshot. Someone get the muzzle. Get the duct tape over his mouth.
This guy.
Oh yeah. Oh no. We said to the fan January, right? So it's coming in January, right?
Somebody get him out of the room.
Where is the hammer when you need it?
I just hope Stephanie and David are not listening to the Twitch.
I'm waiting outside the room here with
Pull
claws
the door knob so they
there.
can't get in.
I keep doing that. Sorry.
Oh well.
Next subject.
So I have one more question that Caldor Drago asked again. He's involved in QA and testing as well, and he wanted to ask me what I do. With
Some fans are saying, give him more beer.
Yeah! Shots, forget beer, let's go for shots. So he wanted to know what a bit about my work and what my team are currently working on. Well, I'm a one-man team right now. I just got the approval to have another guy join me, who is a guy who I've worked with the behavior a few times now so far, and he's got MMO testing experience. He's an MMO player, so I'm really excited to have him on board. But right now, basically, I'm doing the prep work for the test plans for the game. I'm creating separate test plans for different situations, like daily smoke tests, patching, post-launch of a patch. So it's more a lot of planning and just coming up with the base that I'm going to be
I need
basically
to interrupt
passing out to
you.
the team.
This is
Sure.
important.
Is it?
Matthew just sent me a note.
Uh-huh.
This will be yours if you can wah for everybody right now.
If I can what?
Do it.
There you go.
It's
Not as
all
good as
yours.
David's. Not as good as David's, but I'll take it.
It's
Wow.
yours, just
was
like
me
that.
Screaming.
Oh
That's
no,
why-
it's Brent and Ghislaine.
Oh, look at that.
You need. Can you bring in one more chair?
We can pull one from over there if you need.
It's easier to bring in one.
Were you listening to the Twitch, man?
Yes.
I was.
He will be.
No, but were you?
Ooh, that was a little bit rough in the
Good.
throat. Ah, you like that?
It's yours. I want to see you on the
Excellent.
battlefield now.
Done. It'll happen.
But when Brian, just to resume, I said something I shouldn't, and then when the fan said suddenly the whole room, everybody's face got
Oh,
red.
red.
So,
Yeah.
but I just said soon. Soon doesn't mean anything, right? And we announced January for the Early Game Module Access, and I said soon. Soon, January is
Okay.
could be considered soon. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that out there. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us.
So I guess I'm not the good guy. I'm not the good one to ask about NDA.
That way, the fans are now definitely gonna ask about it. Because they're gonna be like, "Fair game. Let's do this." And well, tell us.
Sorry.
No worries.
That was when the WAG occurred.
No,
right
that was the
before.
walk was to get the box.
Yes, this is mine
Organized.
now.
Oh, you got it. Congratulations.
Thank you. So welcome, guys. Introduce yourselves for those of you on the Twitch who don't know you.
Hi, I'm Ghislaine. I'm the art director on the project.
I'm Brent. I'm the lead game designer. Hi,
So,
guys.
Excellent.
you guys
Hi.
have
What?
some stuff to show today.
Oh.
Characters.
We actually do.
Very amazing stuff, I have to say.
So I know that the guys have questions, but maybe we can start by.
Should we start with the presentation or the
Yeah, you
question?
Yeah, I guess
Start
we
and
could
then we'll-
show stuff and then
Okay.
we'll the question because
Just give me a second. I need to switch to this then. So the video will go bye-bye and else you and then
We'll
you'll
still be
see
here.
the presentation. We're still here. So here we have the presentation online now.
okay. So there's been a lot of questions on the forum like recently about characters, where they were at and stuff like that. So here's a quick show off of where they are at, which is under construction as it's written. So this is very whip stuff, but and we'll be showing you more soon. But here's first look at it. So first Chaos, not very advanced. They're based on the Space Marine frame. See, right now they don't even have their backpack, but this is the kind of it's more advanced than what was shown on video and on YouTube. I think. So there's been a lot of adjustment in the shapes and stuff. So we're happier with where it's heading. It's very early. We have other horn types that are not shown here, but that will be showing you.
Bat wings?
They are not done yet, but they are part of the plan. Yes, they totally are part of the plan because
Yeah,
there's a lot of Night Lord.
Okay. I've also seen some really cool pieces of armor, like shoulder pads and stuff that are in addition to this set.
Yeah. This is a kind of a basic. It's the basic set.
One of the things that we take the right time, maybe in the team, but maybe Patrick knows that part the most, is that when we build these 3D models of characters, they're built in a way that is super customizable. So like the shoulder, and there's a real Space Marine human being inside of the model. That's the way that Justin works. So each of the model that you see there can be deconstructed technically speaking. So they're modular basically. So that's why it takes a little bit more time. It's not just a sculpture. So we're building them basically like the real way a Space Marine would get dressed.
Yeah.
Like really, underneath there is even stuff that you don't see that it exists the right way.
So these guys, for instance, is like this is the very basic guy. There's not much on him, but he's about like 60 different pieces. That answers one of the questions that was asked on the Twitch flow. So yes, these are not a question that people asked yesterday. So it was like a basic like Space Marine, Chaos Marine is about like 60 pieces, which are all like you can interchangeable, and on each of them you have about like 1 or 2 attachments. So the guy can be up to like, I don't know, like 120 to 150 pieces when he's all geared up with like seals and whatnot. So there will be yes, a lot of customization. The biggest question we have right now is more about like the granularity of it, like how much is going to be exposed to the player so that it doesn't become like tedious to customize your thing. So it's more like the player ergonomy that is the problem right now.
We need to feel.
You're gonna the Orks fans they expect their impatience.
Okay, so
I ask weekly. You guys can
Maybe let's continue to the next one.
Let's continue to the next one. So the next one, no, they're not the Ork, they're the Eldar. So this is the basic Dire Avenger. He doesn't have his little tabard or skirt thing. I don't know exactly the name of that, but it's a tabard. So it's a tabard. It's not a skirt. It's definitely a tabard. So this is the basic model. He will
the
be.
Orks are wearing the skirts.
Just a good question.
That's a low blow.
What is the average poly count that you're working with?
They're about like. Right now we're still fluctuating, but let's say like about like 20,000.
20,000.
About 20,000 for a character.
Fully dressed with all customization available, or the base character?
This is the lead programmer asking that. This is more the base character.
Just making sure.
There will be more. Yes, there will be more added.
You see, Patrick is very good at making a statement while asking a question.
There was a moment of silence in the room. So yes, so it's.
They all really like the butt, by the way. Just reading.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there was.
It's very sexy.
I remember that there was a lot of complaints on the
just
forum.
so you know.
Yeah, well, 3 weeks ago there was a lot of complaints in the forum because he didn't have his. This guy didn't have his normal map, so the bot was not showing. And I received a lot of feedback, yes, about it. So it's so now the bot is back.
I've seen Jack spending hours on that bus,
butt is
little
back.
scales and everything. It looks beautiful.
Well, he knew that like the project was hanging on his shoulder at that
absolutely.
moment.
And
A detail about that guy, since we see the helmet, well, and it's the same thing for the Space Marine, Chaos Marine, is that somebody was asking, will we be able to remove the helmet? So yes, we will be able to remove the helmet.
Can these guys be female? Yeah.
Well, actually, these guys are male, but there will be a female version. Like they will not be the same.
I could tell that these guys were.
Yes, this is amazing. It will be another model. We will reveal it.
Should we continue?
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
And this is a in progress Dark Reaper. He doesn't have his plume or panache or everything. Here he doesn't have he's missing some pieces. We are presenting like we're building it, so it's
It's work in
Work in
progress.
progress.
yes, it's a work in progress. But we felt it was like cool to show.
We have a question from
Yes.
Fox. Fox wants to know if the look of the characters change as they progress through the game.
The answer is
Well, it depends on what they put
Through
on.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
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 It's not linear.
No.
It's a highly customizable system, so you'll be getting more stuff that you can do, different, more advanced kinds of armor, and basically just like taking your guy and kitting him out. So you'll expect to see. We're not just going to give you armor sets at different levels like a linear progression game would. Instead, you get more things, and you'll tend to see more stuff on people who have been playing for longer.
Yeah, and Brent and Ghislain, can you, again, probably going to get kicked out of the meeting, but you guys were talking to me and you actually allowed me to post it once on the forum that we're going to have a way to see where a squad of people coming back from a battle, their armor is going to be dented and there's going to be gore on it, or maybe the squig armor, the eye is going to blink or thing like that. You know?
The whole damage system I have looks from the so the plan is yes, right now we're supposed to have some damage. The exact way how it's gonna be managed and in the game and like implemented is still not being debated but being researched.
Yes, the simple answer is it's very expensive.
When you say expensive, you mean not
performance.
performance.
On
Yeah.
performance side, yes. So we're not sure yet if we're gonna like show it, for example, on every character at the same time or only on your own character. If this is something that persists or not and stuff, but we want to have it.
Yeah.
We have actively researched already, but we don't have it in game and we didn't test it in game yet.
But for the thing, I think I heard that it was official that at least like what's that chapter? The last chapter.
Legion of
the Damned. Flame will be real flame. You know that you'll see at least on your character. You know. That's
I'm sorry, but same answer. Like we want it,
Okay.
yes. If it's too big of a performance hit,
the
then
flame might be off when in a big massive battle.
well, we'll see on how realistic the flame will look. But of course, we will try to make it as good as possible. You cannot blow me out.
There's a total discussion that we're gonna have
Afterwards.
I want
Next
to
character.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Sorry.
Jab. Happy birthday from all of us.
Happy birthday!
Alright, you can continue.
Well, in German,
Alles Gute zum Geburtstag.
Bonne fête.
Tavallud Mubarak in Farsi.
Otan Jovial
Very
Medito.
good.
Boldog születésnapot.
So that was that in
Hungarian.
Hungarian.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, so
Orks.
Yes, so the Ork.
Here we go.
Here we go. So
Let's go. Orks.
Orks is the same guy that we've shown in the turnaround 3 weeks ago. So
But
right
with
now-
teeth.
with teeth this time. Yes, they existed. They just weren't put there at the time. That was a mistake. I apologize. So it's
This is how you call this in English? The old people that they have.
Dentures.
Dentures.
yeah, that was a very old. That was a very old Ork. So it's
It's an old orc,
We'll
yeah.
have different dentures they can pick from.
So this is really the basic model. It's been like released for so that the animators can test him, because like orcs are not gonna be like walking like normal humans. So we want to have something very distinctive, and so they're gonna be making tests soon. We don't know yet if he's gonna be like, we're gonna be able to show him like bare chested or no, because we have a lot of discussion about like orc armor and stuff. So possibly yes. So make your voice heard if you want bare chested orc. They will be keeping their pants though. But
Thank
yeah,
goodness for that.
yeah, but
We don't want to see any fungus bits.
no, we don't. So it's but there will be like a lot of armor available for them, and like much stuff
Yeah.
and customization.
Yes. The orcs have awesome potential for customization, especially more they aren't tied into the chapters or things like that. Like the Space Marines are. So for the orcs, you'll really be able to more define exactly what you want piece by piece.
Yes, and we've made them so that we can add like side bionic limbs and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
So it'll be quite interesting.
Scientification.
Yes. So, Monsieur Patrick.
Next.
Yes. So these are not playable characters, but these are Volturianids. So first you had the Armagant.
Excited about these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the which I think has been shown already.
And you should see the animation. The animation team
Yes.
are just
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're gonna do a Twitch on them.
Yeah,
But
sometime in the next couple
like the
weeks.
study that I saw the team doing on to know how these would walk. It was not just like, oh yeah, it's a T-Rex. Yeah, no, it's
T-Rex.
like, you know, T-Rex doesn't have 6 legs, you know, and so yes, a little bit of the T-Rex thing, but with some menthe religieuse, c'est quoi?
Prementis.
Prementis approach, but and then when I saw them running, you know, I got the exact same emotion when I saw the first zombie running in a movie. What was it? 28 days. 28 days. You know, when the first time you saw a zombie that's like zombies, you know, and you see them running, I got scared shit. You know, so when I saw them running, they're very, very scary. The way they do it, it's a bit like. As I said, T-Rex, Prementis, but a bit like feline-ish as well.
Their hit
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
side is very,
Very
fantastic.
Can't wait
Hopefully
to
we'll
see
be
it.
able to show that soon. This is just like Termagants with no weapon, so just like a basic shape. So it's not without a weapon. It doesn't look.
He wants to do a hug.
Yes, he's just like.
He wants to hug.
This is
It's
the
your friendly neighborhood Tyrannid.
There's a free hug sign on his chest.
this is the base character, of course. We want to have several different weapons for the Tyranid, so you have interesting challenges to face.
I can't wait for the swarms of these guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be gnarly.
Yeah, this is the first view of like the Armagant with texture. It's not, like I said at the bottom, it's not the real shader. So this is not the look that it's gonna have at the end. It will be based on this, but it will be just like better. So it's just, but I felt it was cool to show something else than just gray.
Definitely.
A bit of, and this is a much bigger character, the Tyranid warrior.
I love it.
Also, well, the pose doesn't do him justice, unfortunately.
The chest, the details in the chest look
well,
amazing.
him too. I put the first texture test if you want to.
After?
Yeah. Look. So here's more what they look like in color. Again, not the real shader, so it's not like there's no lighting, no material quality to it, but still, I think it's going to be
They
quite
love
fun.
it.
Yeah, and they're
They
kind
love
of
it.
twice as high as a Space Marine, so it will be impressive.
Our creative director is telling me not T-Rex, Raptor.
Yeah.
Raptor.
They're really more based on the
Sorry, sorry, David.
One of our main inspirations for the art is the covers of the new 6th and 7th edition codices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see how we've been looking at the new Tyranid cover. For
Yeah,
things
that's
like this.
this guy is like it was like, okay, what are we making him look like? It's the cover of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Some of the fans are saying they don't like the hoofs.
The hoof.
Yeah, they say they're a little too horse-like.
Well, that's
But
kind of the
that's kind of
miniature.
what they're.
It is kind of.
Well, okay,
Is
we're
it-
going
is it-
to analyze
Yeah,
this
it's-
statement.
it's
I know, I
little
came
bit
and checked them out
pointy.
yesterday.
No, but that's
Any warriors over
That's
there?
the Warriors.
Yeah, that's
The
the
warrior.
one.
Yeah.
You wanna show it too close to the camera?
There, it's not on right now, right?
It's, the
We're
camera
not
is
on
not
camera.
on.
Camera's
Ah,
not
ah,
on. Could we
so-
just swap
Camera's
to it?
not on.
But-
Although,
Yeah, like switching
it's going to
between,
be very, very
But
smooth.
put your-
Yeah, it'll be tiny.
Oh, we can show it
Unless I
after
walk
the
up-
presentation.
you walk up to
it, yeah.
Well,
And the,
should we switch yet?
Yeah, the next one is there's
So
a next
we're
one
switching
from
back,
the
so-
from the front view.
Alright.
Oh, okay, you're switching.
Let me know if this is
Closer,
too
little
closer,
closer.
closer, 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 closer.
There
closer.
you go.
Yeah, stop there.
Stop
yes.
right there. Yeah,
I mean, it looks like hoops to
it
me.
looks like
I don't
hoops.
know.
But well, I
We
just
will
Okay.
continue our analysis.
This is
Is that
Katie.
mine?
Thank you. Yeah, that's yours.
Okay.
Okay, back to the presentation.
And we have another last view of that guy, also just from the front.
By the way, I had the same reaction because I never knew that Tyranid had hoofs. I always expected them to have more like raptor feet.
Press the button. There's one more view of this guy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
from the
close up.
front. There's a like with lighting, it'll be like
Yeah,
more real, but
I don't know what is the word that the photograph said. You know, usually you say cheese or
Jeez.
I don't know what he said, but that's a
It's
selfie.
Tyrannid
Put
selfie.
this little cell phone in
Put a
there.
cell phone in his hands. That'd be perfect.
And yes, we Patrick, if you can.
Yes,
switch
next,
the other
sorry.
one. So, next,
Oh.
so here. So it's just. well, again.
Attention, drum
roll.
So
No, stop that. That's
Oh,
too
yeah.
long. we tested
We
that.
just let everybody. So that's the Space Marine, still in gray because we are that close to showing him in color, but
Yes.
we're waiting
Oh,
for
you're
it
not
to
gonna
be.
show what you said?
No, that's
This is
Sorry.
our
No,
special.
not yet.
This is a cliffhanger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the drum roll for.
I know.
Well, you made it, you. But,
Should have planned better.
yeah, so it's but this one though has more like normal work than the one we showed on YouTube. So hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be able to show it because next week possibly we'll be showing the animation on that guy, and then we'll be showing the
with more of the
one
customization
with
bits.
The animation,
Yeah.
will it be the one we did with the mocap or the one we did manually?
Yeah.
The mocap.
Yeah.
The animation you saw in the in-game from last week is all the old animation. They're now working on the mocap animation, which is much smoother, much weightier, feels like a real person.
Which
Yeah.
brings me to my next fan question. From Intense. Are we getting different mocap for the different factions?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, because
I
go ahead.
assume you're asking about Chaos, because of course the Orks and of course the Eldar have different mocaps. They all move very differently, blah, 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 blah. For Chaos and Space Marine, they will share some animations, but we'll be picking ones that are really like representative of the faction to make sure that they definitely stand out from each other. Like whenever you spawn, instead of an Aquila salute, of course, they'll give an appropriate Chaos salute, your taunts, and certain kinds of attacks, and that sort of thing.
And no, for a lot of questions I received, we won't have dance move or maybe the orcs, but maybe the orcs, but we won't have like Macarena or what was the Korean one?
Tunak.
The one we did in script well. The one we did in script well. Then
The one hand Lindy.
no, the Korean guy.
The Psy.
Psy.
Gangnam
Style.
We won't have
What I
Gangnam
said
Style in that
5
game.
minutes ago.
You heard it here. No Gangnam Style.
No, Gangnam Style. Sorry, guys.
Maybe a Miguel style.
There you go.
It's I mean we need to respect the IP and we want the game to be immersive. We're working on creating like Easter eggs and doing something and we're with Games Workshop we're evolving together to be able to do that kind of stuff.
We will have an emote system, however, for you to actually feel like you are one of these characters and be able to express that in the game.
Again, it's all coming back to our consumer promise, which is be an elite soldier of the 41st millennium. An elite soldier doesn't dance on the battlefield. I mean, doesn't do the Macarena on the battlefield.
Maybe it is Strike Force ship.
I'm
sorry. I'm just gonna shut up.
We want
I'm just
it,
gonna shut up.
but I mean, it's
Some characters do dance.
yeah.
In the privacy of their own homes before the mirrors, you know. It's a thing.
If it makes sense for the characters,
Yes,
to dance, they might
exactly.
dance.
Exactly. It has to make sense. Yeah, it
They
has
have
to be.
18 months to get to
Yeah.
Arcona.
If-
They have
if-
to party a little bit.
It's
Space
very.
Marines don't
You
fight
guys can
well.
answer.
Space Wolves party. So.
You guys can answer the question yourself. I mean, if it's something that, if 40K was real, if we really were 40,000 years in the future, and it was very weird, would that person do that in that event? If it's yes, then yes, we probably can do it. If it's no, then we won't do it. As simple as that.
Which also answers the question of one of the guys who was asking, will we have any sort of RP in the game? And
Not requisition points, I assume.
No, I mean
Role-playing.
for role-playing possibilities like emoticons or emotions. and stuff.
Emotions and also spaces that are that
switch back.
promote
Yes.
or allow you to do the sorts of role playing that you want, like in your ship or on the home continent. Safe zones that you can gather, socialize, and recreate the experiences you want. Perhaps you want to do a medal ceremony after a successful campaign. We basically want these things to sort of promote a healthy, ongoing community, and role players are always a big part of that. Well,
Awesome.
Good.
So can we start asking you guys some questions from the fans?
oh, that's
Yes.
stuff.
That stuff, yes. Do you want to start off, Katie?
I almost went through all of mine while we were doing that.
Okay, so
So,
go
but I
ahead.
do have one. See if I can get this name right.
Pardon us for butchering your
Alright.
names, by the way, guys. It's really hard to pronounce some.
Narigato?
That your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
We'll go with
Narigato.
Nari for short.
Yeah, that works.
Are we going to see Space Marines blown up by their own plasma weapon malfunction?
Right. So our goal is to allow those sorts of things to be possible in the game, but it needs to feel like it was your fault. So we're generally not doing anything that feels like it's completely random. That's more of an abstraction for tabletop roles and things like that. So in our game, since you are an individual character, the goal is to create circumstances where it's possible that you might blow yourself up or screw something up like that. But if you play carefully, it won't happen. So in answer to that specific question, yes, we want you to be able to hurt yourself with a plasma weapon.
Perfect.
So that we like you using too much of it, that you're shooting.
You're charging it too long or something along those lines. Like it needs to be, the rules will be clear to you about how you can avoid that.
Perfect.
Cool. I have a question here from Fairbaron, who asks, in the first iteration of the Founder Store, I have noticed some nice armor pieces. Will the store be used for most of the custom looks, or will our characters come with the basic lore armor?
Well, the character will, by default, we're talking Space Marine, they will, here we'll be
I think he's asking for...
So yes, the Space Marine, for instance, will have the Mark 7 armor by default. We'll be supporting, through the store, not the Founder Store, but the regular store, Mark 4 to 7, if I recall.
Yeah, there will be some in the store, the ones that are older and make sense, but some that you can earn in game in addition to just the Mark 7.
Yeah, so it's 4, 5, 6, I think, are in the store, and Mark 8 is something that you
in game. That's that's on our current list.
We are
still
discussing it
out,
right now. Yeah, so
there will definitely be some alternate looks available in a game in addition to ones in the store.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a question, it's actually a two-part question about the Tyranid. The first part of the question, which we've answered many times, but is why why is the Tyranid only NPC and why will they stay NPC? And that's, again, because of our consumer promises, be an elite soldier of the 41st millennium. A Tyranid is controlled by a hive mind. Most of the Tyranid classes are controlled by a hive mind, which means that you wouldn't see one Tyranid walking around alone and another one walking around doing emotes or dancing or something like that. Tyranid works as a hive mind, so as a group of Tyranid, they're controlled basically by a hive mind. The same way then if you play some of the Dawn of War, things like that, you can play Tyranid, you're the hive mind. You're basically, as a player, the hive mind, and you make your army move. So they move like a Tyranid, you just happen to be the hive mind. But now because it's a third person game, it's something that wouldn't work. That's
I'll say
for some of the...
You never say never with a live game.
Exactly. You never say never, but it's not in the plan.
Yeah,
that's
the
something we can
launch
say.
experience is a particular...
The launch experience is not in the plan. And the other part of the question was, besides, and I want to know it as well, that's why I'm asking the question, because I really don't know, but what other NPC race besides Tyranid we might have?
We might have?
Yeah.
Well, at the moment we can't say for sure which ones would be NPCs, which ones would be players, and of course, this is way in the future.
Yeah. But he's talking about NPCs.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So if I tell you things that are NPCs, that doesn't mean they are not going to be playable as well or at one point. So, of course, we will have things like orcs that you can kill, even though you can be an orc, for example. But orcs kill other orcs, and they make great targets too. So you can expect to see those in the game.
I hope you won't get that.
Hey, I'm an orc player. I'm going to play orcs in this game. I love orcs. I also love killing orcs. Orcs love killing orcs. Looks like silly. Yes, exactly.
But might not be playing Gretchen.
At least initially, again, aggression is the sort of thing that we could add as a hero or whatever later on as well. I also play Chaos Demons. Chaos Demons are also an excellent choice for NPCs. That doesn't mean you can't ever play as demons, but they will at one point be things that you kill in hordes as well.
Yeah. There's a gentleman that I've been saying for an hour, Necron. Anything about fifth faction is something that for now we're planning to post-launch, and it's going to be through the founders or the community vote, basically. For launch, as it stands now, these are the 4 factions. We have 4 sub-factions. Before launch, I think we have the plan to maybe or make the fan vote for a 5th sub-faction.
Oh, sub-faction.
Sub-factions?
Yeah.
Not
faction.
Sub-faction.
Sub-
But the
Sub-faction.
5th faction, for now, it's going to go after launch.
The 5th faction.
Faction,
Yes.
not sub-faction. So like Necron or Tau or...
Yeah.
Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
We want to get the 4 factions right. It's and it is a lot.
It's a task and a half,
Yes.
for sure.
That's gonna... Yeah.
Kind of talking about gods and whatnot, I'm sure you've had a chance to speak to DJ Emo SB. He's got a question for us about
I've
that.
always wondered how to pronounce his name.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's DJ Emo SB.
It's not Germo?
DJ
there's
Emo,
no R in there.
No, it's I
Okay.
think it's DJ Emo SB. Please
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong through
Yeah,
PM.
for sure.
You know how to reach me. I'd like to know myself. He asks, considering that even with no full-on god dedication present at launch, will we still have god marks and possibly some other god goodies? How much do you want to allow for the cosmetic end of things for these marks to be represented? Will we be seeing things like distended bellies for Nurgle, or with the current cosmetic representation be a little bit more down to earth? Like, how deep are we going to go
wanna
with
start?
the customizations?
I'll
that
start.
maybe-
Okay, you start.
Okay.
Sorry, I butchered your question.
And his name.
So
And possibly
how about this one?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, start.
Okay, alright, I'll start.
So that's
Go.
probably mean that they had a meeting this morning about it or yesterday and they're right now.
It's the same thing it's always been. So, although we're not doing the full-on Chaos Gods at launch, you can make a Nurgle build. You can make a Khorne build. You will have a character as a Chaos guy. You equip a certain accessory, and now everyone can see that you're Khorne, and you play in a play style of Khorne, and you make
That's
your
great
loadouts.
news. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's essential to the Chaos experience, and it's also a great way to sort of split up specs and things like that.
Yeah.
It works for both game design and the fluff. So you will be able to see somebody who is a Nurgle guy, and this is particularly true for the aspiring sorcerer, since a lot of what they do is based on which god is giving them powers, or undivided as well. Of course, you can't be a Khorne sorcerer; that's terrible. As to the extent of the customization, there are going to be some things that we save for the post-launch Big Chaos Gods push alongside the cult classes and things like that. Maybe G-Slate can speak more
Just about what you said, there's one person that says, what about the other Chaos sub-faction that are not god, in relation with gods? Do you have something in comparable?
Like, you're talking about the Alpha Legion?
Yeah, the Alpha Legion.
What do you mean?
Well, the person is asking, he's saying, how do you plan to account for the fact that the Night Lords...
Wait a second.
Stop chatting, guys. Stop chatting, please.
I was like trying to read faster than you guys are. Okay, how do you plan to account for the fact that the Night Lords, a CSM sub-faction, do not use the power of chaos? Will they not have access to God-specific Marines mark and special abilities to account for this? Will they still have access to these things, defying lore, or will it be another solution?
Yeah, the Night Lords, of course, generally, like, they are Chaos, they are Renegades, they do use the power of Chaos, but they aren't really interested in the gods. And so, just like everything else, I'm speaking in generalities, and we need to make it feel appropriate for the classes. We are still early in our designs for this, but we don't want to make you feel like you're forced to make a god choice with the Night Lords, for example. Mm-hmm. However, as we move more towards the bigger Chaos God push, it's possible that a Night Lord could decide to go down that route. Maybe you don't even identify as a Night Lord anymore. That's more part of the post-launch Chaos Gods push, but it is a possibility.
I think we have time for maybe 2 more questions.
Should we do live questions, or should we stick with...
You can do live question.
I think we should do some live ones. We haven't done very many live ones this time.
Someone says, what? There's 5 Chaos God?
No.
I think we got a troll on our hands. Trollies will troll.
There is a question.
Will they be God-specific
Hell's
weapon?
Jester has a good one, maybe.
Will they be God-specific weapon? That's what basically you said.
Example, noise.
Well, there will be
cannons,
God-specific.
and-
Like noise, cannon, and...
Customization. Oh, those.
The cult ones are once we get the cult classes.
Okay.
So yeah, there won't be any noise blasters at launch, for example.
Okay.
What else do we have?
Question: will there ever be Thunder Wolf mounts for Space Wolves because they don't use
Guys,
attack
there is
mounts?
no wolf on Fenris.
Mounts are kind of.
I'm at book 16 of the Orks and Eldar, and every time they talk about Space Wolf, someone wise person says, running gag in the 40k because the wolves of the Space Wolf are not really wolves.
Oh.
They're something more than wolves.
At launch, we will not have any mounts at launch. However, the Space Wolves are obviously extremely popular, so we will be evaluating it as we go along.
I mean, when you say no mounts, you mean no animal?
No animals, yeah.
Because we're gonna have tons of vehicles.
There's gonna be.
We'll be analyzing it as it goes on as to what you guys want, basically.
But in all the lore and the books I've read so far, I've never heard of a Space Marine. Actually, I don't play a lot of tabletop, but mounting the wolf. Usually they're beside
the tabletop,
them.
they ride the wolves.
Oh, they ride the wolves?
Yeah.
Okay. Because in the books, they run besides them. They don't actually...
Yeah. I mean, there are both, but there are wolf riders as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of demand on the forum for wolf
of
mounts.
course.
Quick
We
question,
would like to
yes
do
or
it.
no? Space Marines using Eldar weapons.
At the moment, no.
The orcs.
Now the orcs, that's different.
Give me them.
All right, maybe one more
More?
question.
Yeah.
One more from Archangelus. Is there any kind of stealth in the game? If yes, how will it work?
So, the plan is that there will be a stealth mechanic in the game. However, we are still working on what exactly that means. We don't have a lot of foliage in the game, so it's difficult to sort of hide. But there are characters that are associated with stealth, and we need to accommodate that and get their sort of feeling. As to the exact mechanic, I couldn't tell you yet.
I got a very good, really good question, and I got very interested by the question because I want to know. Will the Space Marine be affected by their genetic default, like the Space Wolf with the Wolfen and all the other genetic default that each of the sub-faction of Space Marine have in the lore?
Well, so all of the chapters, the reason we went with only a subset of chapters is because we wanted to do each of them, right?
Yeah.
So they need to have all the properties that are associated with that chapter, right?
But I mean, like, can someone transform himself into a werewolf, basically? That's one of the genetic. The Wolfen is the when they get too upset or they play too much with the warp. Suddenly they just transform themselves into a wolf.
I think it's pretty safe to say that at launch you won't be able to turn yourself into a werewolf. Now, that doesn't mean we
It's
won't.
not really a werewolf. It's more like a wolf. Actually, this is the rumor that I'm reading in the Orks and Eldar that some of their wolf following them are actually
Or the Black Rage.
the black rage.
Yeah, Black Rage and sort of stuff. So like as we get further into the specific chapter development and the sort of things that we're doing right now are the very core systems of the game of characters versus fighting other characters of certain weapon types and things like that. And so that's like the structure on which we will hang everything else. So at the moment, when it comes to those like more specific like sub-faction pieces and customization bits and things like that, we are taking our notes right now and trying to make sure where things fit in, but we haven't done the full system. However, we want to have representation of that sort of stuff, like the Black Rage and Thirst with the Blood Angels, obviously without dooming your character forever, which is how it would normally happen. So at this time, I can't
These are
tell
the
you.
small time where we have to break lore a little bit for the purpose of a gameplay.
Well, we probably won't be saying you now have the Red Thirst and therefore your character is mad forever. So we'll see if we can sort of tap into the theme and the fluff in order to make the gameplay better and have a
small thirst.
yes, that sort of thing.
Not the full thirst. Full-on thing. No.
But we do need to represent the uniqueness of each subfaction.
Good.
Perfect.
A few more points. We've done, a lot of the bug fix and things like that on the site, on the founder site, and obviously we did that very quickly. There's a lot of natural pipeline mechanic of what you need to click and how does it attach to each other that is really not efficient the way it is right now on the site. We know that, by the way. There's missing a lot of detailed information about the description of each items, which are done now. They're out to our partner Games Workshop for approval, and then very, very soon they'll be added to each of the item description. Obviously not the specs, but more like who can use it, generally, is it long range, short range, like just with adjective. Later on, we'll add 3D models when they're done. I say later on when they're done, and then later on when they're done as well, then we'll add the specs. But as I said, we have a no pay-to-win mechanic. So what we're presenting to you guys is you have to fall in love with the item. So you want that armor because it looks awesome. We don't have pay-to-win, so anything that you have in the store, it's something that you can have an equivalent in the game for free player. Which brings me to the other subject. In the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks-ish maximum, we're gonna, because right now we only addressed our premium player. As we told you all, our business model is an hybrid business model. It's a premium game, so like Guild War 2. So you buy the game for $40 and you can play for 100 years without monetizing a cent after, and have the exact same experience in terms of gameplay than someone that will spend $10,000 in the game. There's really same chances of winning on the battlefield, same chances of access to all the gameplay, but the difference is that the founders, you're cooler. So that's the mechanics. Pay to be cool, and you have a bigger selection of chess pieces to bring on the battlefield without knowing what's going to happen on the battlefield. So you don't know if you bring the right piece on the battlefield, and then to change your piece you need to die first, reload, and then change. So really no pay to win mechanic. But obviously there's another part of the game in terms of the business model, which are the boys, the Orc boys, which are the free to play part of the Orcs. And there's going to be some boys that will be premium as well, but it's as a premium player you can play everything in Orcs, but as a free player you don't want to give a penny and you want to play the full game. You'll be able to play the full game as an Orc boys. So right now we haven't addressed these type of player yet. That's what we're going to do in the next 3 weeks. We're going to have a very nice free-to-play offer for the boys with a description and with packs as well, with founders packs that will not have the same obviously they're not the same price range, but not the same benefit, but still very, very entertaining and very valued for the people that really wants to play the boys and wants to keep their monetization to the lowest, as well as the fact that one of the things that was very surprising is the Founders Program so far are very successful, both in terms of amount of players, of ARPU, and of revenue. But one thing that really surprised us is the demography, the spread of you guys, the founders. We have about 30% of the founders from the US, 15% from UK, and then we have 4 or 5 countries that are at 10%. Russia, Germany, Australia. I was about to say Austria, but there's no kangaroo in Austria.
Nope.
Australia, and then we have 82 other countries, some that I don't even know. We got founders that gave us $600 from Kazakhstan. We have, we have islands that are countries that didn't even know. So we have a very broad breadth of fans. But all these fans are most likely probably expat or things like that. But some of these countries have a cost of living that are a lot lower than us, and they cannot afford the $40. So these will be the players that mostly will be attracted to the free-to-play part. So that's why we're going to make packages for them that are more affordable in terms of their own country, because we don't want to have different pricing for everything based on countries and cost of living and things like that. It's just going to go crazy. Plus, everybody can exploit with changing their IP address and things like that. So instead, we're going to focus for this country with the boys. And of course, you guys can always, I've said it from the beginning, you either pay me or you work for me. Either or, if you pay me, then you buy the $40 package, or the packages will create for the boys. what you do is you actually find reference. You through the reference system, we pay you $4 each time you bring us a new founders. And with the boys, it's going to be cool for you guys because then the ticket to entry for the boys is going to be obviously lower than $40. So it's going to be fun for you guys to actually boost your package, because if you boost in points your package by doing a lot of reference, then you get the benefit of the package that you reach by boosting it through reference. So that's what I'm saying. Either work for us or pay us. Either or, you know. So that's why we have that program. And that program gives reward to both sides. So to you, the guys that does the reference and the guys that receives the reference. So to be fair.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, I think we're out of time now.
We're 10 minutes over, in fact, 11 minutes over, so you guys got a treat.
But we will be back next week again.
Next week?
Next week,
Same time, same station.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Can you
next
give them a
week.
preview?
Next week.
Preview up?
Oh, can we say what's happening next
Yeah.
week?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
of course.
Tell them.
So wait a second.
We'll have some more
Who's
in-game
here?
footage.
Yes.
Yeah.
More
We will
in-game.
have ready basically a similar scenery like we had the last time, where we have the day-night cycle showing properly,
Yes.
which will give us also a much better way of showing off the lighting.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have, of course, Q&A again.
With the level design.
Exactly. Steven will be here.
The Lumpkin.
The lumpkin.
To do his rock up.
And maybe we'll talk even level art a little bit with Martin. Might happen as well.
That's good.
Cool.
Great. So yeah.
So these are the
Next week.
plans. Might change a little bit, but
Yeah.
Just to give
That's
you a little
the idea.
preview. A little preview.
I'm stretching for the what? The traditional what?
Okay.
and my voice is today a little bit
Are you
hungry.
gonna join us for this, Katie?
One last thing.
Oh.
Make sure to check our Twitter later for a contest announcement coming. New contest.
Thanks to
Okay.
everyone for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank you for your
guys.
questions in the forums.
There will be a YouTube video coming from this stream in full quality.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right.
Totally.
One.
All right. You guys ready?
two.
We're doing it with you.
I need to prepare to shut up.
Prepare.
If you're in behavior right now, listening to this Twitch stream, we're about to scream, so don't.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
It's
surprised.
delayed though. It's delayed, so they're not gonna know it.
So
It's okay. It's okay. Here we go.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.